Meow. 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 Oh. Oh. Scribble, scribble, draw, draw. Who we're kidding? You know my wife's the artist. Come on. What do they say? Bigger hammer? Ah! Dramatic reenactment of this falling as soon as it gets cut. That's kind of what I was wanting. Not yet. What do you think, Peach? Well, let's talk about what the heck a plasma is. Science with Maker. Plasma needs two things to work. That there would be power and air supplied by an air compressor. Preferably, because if you... that ain't gonna work. So power comes from the wall, goes down into the plasma cutter, and then it's inside there some kind of transformer that basically takes your wall power, which is 240, 50 amps, and converts it really high. You're basically... Okay, a good explanation is you've got three states of matter. You've got water, ice, and steam. If you start with water, you increase your power, you get... Oh, no, you start with ice, increase your power, you get water. You take water, increase your power, you get steam. If you take steam, which in our case is air that we're using from our air compressor, we're boosting up our power even more, and that creates our fourth state, which is plasma. Plasma arc goes from our gun right here to the metal, and it uses the compressed air along with that to push the metal out of the way, because remember, we've boosted our power up, and now we've got this really high voltage arc that is so hot, and it immediately melts the metal. I don't know how else to say it. And then the air pushes the metal out the way. So that's kind of scenario how it works. Yeah. I don't like that. I like that. I know I'll never grow too old to dream. What? Yeah, that's right. What? What? Yeah, that's right. that camera right there. Believe that good enough for me? Yeah, that's about as clean as we's gonna get it. And before we paint, I gotta have some way for this bad boy to stand up in the yard. I kind of like the angle that he's at right now, naturally, because, you know, it's a bent piece of metal. So I can kind of play off of that, because he kind of almost sits, well, maybe just a little bit. He'll sit up straight. But I've got some old pieces of a garage door. We'll use this for feedy weedies. So when we come back, it's all mounted. Yeah! That's right. That's right. Oh! Let's get some paint on her. I'll tell you what, for just starting off with a plasma cutter, this sure was a heck of a project to do. That's what I like doing. I like challenging myself. I like, you know, picking new things that I've never done before, but not necessarily picking the easiest thing to do. That's a good way to challenge yourself as a maker and potentially learn something. What's wrong with that? Leave a comment down below if there's anything maybe you would have done differently, or maybe if I inspired you to maybe put a Sasquatch in your yard. Well, with every great story, there's an ending, and we are at the ending. So, I'm Ryan. I really do appreciate you following along to the end of this here adventure. Yeah. So, this is the second time I filmed this. It was raining yesterday. I might put a little bit of that at the outro. I don't know if I feel like it. But, yeah. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm here on a highway, so I get probably, I don't know, a couple hundred people that drive past here every day. So, who knows? Thanks for watching. You know, I'm sitting here with the grinder going over, you know, just areas that I need to perfect. Again, you know, it is mine. You know, it's for the family. It's going to sit out in the front yard. I don't know if anybody's going to really get close and look at it. So, I figured this would be a good part or a good time to talk about, you know, when you're in the middle of a project, you know, and like, how far do you sand? How far do you take your finish? Is it gonna be right? Is it gonna be perfect at the end? You know, I've said it before, you know, if you're making something for you, use your best judgment. I don't really feel like grinding this all the way down to where it's perfect. So I'm not going to, because again, I don't know how many people are gonna come up and really put their hands all over it. I want it to look like I made it, because it's homemade. Remember, we're making things that are homemade. Now, if I were making this for somebody else, like to sell, I would go, I don't even know if I would go even further, because again, think about what you're making it for. If you're making a dining room table, I would probably spend a little bit more time on my finish and my sanding, making sure I can't see any of the sand swirls and stuff like that, because you're going to be sitting there, you're going to be touching it, you're going to be studying it. But when it comes to just everyday things that you're making, I guess I'm speaking to myself here, that sometimes I'll try to get to a certain point, Like, I'll try to get it to where it's just so. But I can really stop whenever I want to. You know what I mean? Because again, it's mine.